So today, as requested from Espen McRae on Twitter, I'm going to show you guys how to do a flawless face with a nice, pretty, shimmery, smoky eye. So what we're going to start with first is a primer. I really don't see the point in buying an eyeshadow and a face primer. I think it's just a waste of money. It seems like it's all the same thing to me. So I use two different primers, but mainly I use my VS Pro oil-free FX airbrush primer, and then sometimes I'll use my Revlon Photo Ready. It's just like a color correcting primer, and then this is more of a flawless finish primer. So it just kind of depends on what my face looks like that day. But what we're going to do with our FX primer is we are going to apply it on a sponge or a wedge, whatever you want to call it, and we're just going to put a little bit all over our face, mainly focusing on your red zones, which are the crease of your nose, your T-zone, and your chin. Now, anybody with acne, this really isn't going to upset your acne. I get pimples a lot, and I've never really had a problem with it, just as long as you wash your face thoroughly before, going to bed or after you sweat a lot, things like that. And you're going to want to apply this to your eyelid and your crease of your eye, and make sure you get that really well. And you don't have to apply a lot. I just use 1 or 2 pumps, and that gets my whole entire face. And then next, what we're going to want to do is take our brushes. I'm using the Sephora Hello Kitty brush set. It came with 5 brushes, 2 eyeshadow brushes, an angled eyeliner, a lipstick, and like a blush brush. They're pretty good quality, pretty soft. It was like $50, which is kind of expensive, but I really like Hello Kitty, so it was worth it. Anyways, first we're going to start off with champagne color. I'm pretty sure that's what you call it, not exactly sure. It's got a little shimmer to it, but it's pretty matte. And we're going to apply that all over our eye. And it's really not going to be too much of a contrast from your natural skin color. It's just to have the base to start, and it's a little bit of shimmer, which is very, very cute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this color below it. Oh, and by the way, this is Victoria's Secret's makeup set. I like it a lot. I mainly just use the eyeshadow out of it. But anyways, we're going to take that and put it right here under our eyebrow. Or brow bone. And what you're going to want to do when you're applying a lot of eyeshadow is you're going to want to keep it in this area. You're not going to want to get out of that, otherwise you're going to look kind of like a clown, and that's really not all that cute. So we're going to do the same over here. You can accentuate it, or extend it, I guess, underneath. I mainly just like to keep mine up here. It's whatever your eye shape is and how you feel about things like that. So after we do that, we're going to take a smaller blender brush, and this is from the same Hello Kitty collection, and then we're going to take this metallic-y brown. It's a little darker than what it looks like in the camera, but what we're going to do is we're going to blend that into our crease, and we're going to make a little V from our eyelash to our crease, like that. And this is just going to give your eye that smoky look that is really cute for fall or nights out. So sorry if I keep showing you guys up my nose. And as you can see, it's already kind of starting. You've got the highlight, and you've got a little bit of shading and smokiness going on, which we will accentuate a little bit later on with a darker brown. So we're going to take that, we're just going to keep applying, keep brushing and blending. You're going to want it to look really natural, and like I said, you're going to want to keep it in this line. So I'm going to wipe some of that off, and it's looking really good. Alright. It's really, really cute so far. And if you want a little bit more smokiness, you can just take a bigger brush with the brown and metallic mix and just apply that like so. And I like to go for a more natural look. If you want it to be a little more dramatic, I would be be okay with making you guys another video. It just all depends on what you're into. So to kind of add a little more highlight to our smoky eye, we're going to take our smaller brush again, and we're going to dip that into maybe a white or champagne-y color, lighter than any of the other shadows you've put on already. I'm using these two right now, and I'm going to apply that in the corner of my eye. And you pull your eye, don't pull it too tight, but you're going to apply that to the bottom and to the top, making sure you get that really, really well. It's going to give you a more awake look and really kind of make the dark in your eye pop. My light really sucks. So anyways, that's how that's going to look. And then what we're going to do is take our angled liner brush, and you can use a cream liner, stick liner, liquid liner, whatever you'd like. Generally, I like to use an eyeliner brush like this and put it in a dark brown and kind of line my lids with it first. Or not my lids, but this line right here. And then if I'm feeling up to it, I'll put liner on it. It all just depends. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it with the light or the darker brown. And it's easier if you start from the middle of your eye out and from the middle of your eye in. That way you get a nice line, and it's more controlled than trying to do one big sweep. So we're going to do that. And I really think it's cute. And once we put mascara on, it's really going to make your eyelashes look a lot fuller. And if you want to do maybe a cat eye look a little bit, you can always extend the dark brown out. No problem. And we're going to do a little bit of that cat eye over here. And like I said, you can do this and then put a liner on top of it. It all kind of depends on what you like or what kind of look you're going for. And now if you're doing it for like a job interview or something along those lines, I wouldn't go too dark. I'd go more natural like this. This is probably as dark as I would go for anything like that. But anyways, we are going to move on to different kind of eyeliners if you want to use this. This is a CoverGirl felt tip eyeliner. You can find it at any kind of drugstore. It's not very dark when you first apply it. It's kind of translucent. And this is the darkest jet black that they had. So I don't necessarily use that one often. And then I have a Hello Kitty MAC eyeliner. This is probably one of my favorites. It has a very thin brush. Okay, sorry about that. My camera died. But like I was explaining, you have the CoverGirl felt tip. It's not as dark as this top one up here. And you're going to have to apply a couple coats of it. And while you were gone, I applied some liquid eyeliner, and then I did my mascara on this one eye. And then the other eyeliner I used, well actually it's the one that I used on both eyes, is my Hello Kitty MAC. It's very, very thin. I don't know if I explained that earlier. I probably did. Oh well. And it's the darker middle one. And then the other one I have is a Beauty Rush by Victoria's Secret liquid metal. It's not very good quality, but I like to use it because it looks fun, and it's sparkly. Don't know if you can really tell that, but it's right there. And I went ahead and did all of my face contouring, a little bit of blush, illuminators, and everything on this side of my face while my camera was charging. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's very natural and flawless looking. So what we're going to do is I use the L'Oreal Double Extend with Lash Boosting Serum. I only use this side. I don't use the actual mascara part. And this is actually white, and you put it on white. It's like the I don't know exactly how to explain it. It's almost, I guess it's kind of like glue or white mascara. And when you put it on, it creates tubes and kind of like strings on your eyelashes to make them look very, very big and long. As you can see, my eyelashes look a lot different over here than over here. So we're going to apply that just like you would a regular mascara. And I only put it on my top lashes. And since it does have a lash boosting serum, it actually works. Because it's in the mascara. And when you put it on, it applies that serum to your eyelashes. And it really, one second. Okay, it really really helps, and your eyelashes really grow over time. I mean, it's not going to be an overnight kind of thing, but with a couple months use, it will work. And as you can see, it goes on white. It kind of looks weird and clumpy, but it'll come out looking very, very nice. And then I have the mascara to my MAC Hello Kitty, and I love this a lot. It just has the basic brush. It's very black. It's waterproof. And I love, love, love it. And we're just going to put that on over top of our white. And you can vibrate your brush a little bit and kind of blink when you do it. And just to make sure you get all those lashes. And it's kind of hard to like keep your mouth open when you're doing your eyelashes. I dare you to try it. It's very hard. But yeah, it's just weird. So what we're going to do is just vibrate, 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 trying to get all those lashes coated to get rid of the white. And we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to come back and put a second coat of the black on. Alright, and now for the bottom lashes, I don't put the white on my bottom lashes just because I think they're long enough, and I don't want that to get on my skin. So I'm just going to use the same technique of vibrating, kind of pulling down, and following my lashes. Alright. And now I think that those are dry enough. I'm going to apply one more coat. And you can see your eyes look very, very full, very dark, and very, very smoky. Now for skin. Like I said, you're going to want to start with a primer. Just depends on what you want to use. And for I use foundation. I don't use concealer or anything like that. I just use foundation. I use Revlon. It's not going to focus. Revlon Color Stay Makeup. It's very, very concentrated, so you only need a little itty bitty tiny bit, which saves you money because it's pretty expensive. And what you're going to do is just apply it like you did on all your red zones, all your nose. And I like to use the pat method. I don't like to smear it. I don't like to smudge it. I pat just because I feel like it gives it more of a natural look, makes it come out looking very matte, and I think it spreads a lot better that way. So we're going to do that. No, pat, 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 pat. And then we're going to do our chin. Patting, patting. And you can see my acne, and this covers it very well. I mean, you can still see the bumps, but all the redness and everything is gone. And I even have a scar right here in my face. I don't know if you can still see it. You can probably see it a little bit, but it's very, very red. And this helps cover that up a lot. But it's not thick enough to cover up, you know, I have a bunch of freckles on my face. So it still stays very natural looking. We're just going to keep patting. We're going to apply it above our eye. Careful not to get that on your eyeshadow. Corner of your eye. And maybe even a little bit over here, but it should be the same color as your skin. That way you don't have an orange face and a white neck. So after we apply that, what we're going to do is we're going to take like a kabuki brush or like a bronzer brush. I guess it depends on whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to take my Victoria's Secret makeup kit and I'm going to go underneath to the bronzer. Or I guess it could be for contouring, which is mainly what I use it for. And I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to smush it down. And I'm just going to follow my cheekbone and come to my ear and down on my jawline, making sure I really blend that in really well. It's just going to give you a more structured looking face and can make it look slimmer, which is always nice. And now that we have that all blended, and you can even put it on the sides of your nose to give your nose a thinner look. It just kind of depends on how you feel about that. And I guess I'll do a cheek for you guys. I'm going to use or do a rosy coral cheek. And so you're going to take your blush and put it on a nice powdery, fluffy brush. Or I guess it wouldn't be powdery. And I'm going to take the coral color like I said, and we're just going to add it right on our brow bone. I know that they say to put it on the apples of your cheeks, but I feel like it looks better right here. And I don't try to go past this right there, just because I think it looks a little too cartoony when it's right there. And now for the illuminator, what we're going to do with our illuminator is put a little bit right here, just to kind of give our cheekbones a little more pop. Bridge of our nose, up on our eye, and a little bit on our chin, just to give us a highlight. And that just adds some more natural light, or not necessarily natural light, but the light will reflect off of that and give you a very contoured, bright face. And now for lips. I like to start with a nude lip liner, and you just apply that from the middle out, and that just kind of fills in all the, maybe you have like little bumps or something, little creases, I don't know. But that's what I use that for. And I'm going to take my lip brush. I think I'm going to do a reddish pink lip, so I'm going to mix some red lipstick and pink lipstick. And you're going to start from the middle and follow that natural shape of your lip. And just blend that in. Be careful not to get that red lipstick on your face, because most likely it's not going to come off very easy. Or at least not without having to take your foundations and powders off. Alright, and it kind of depends on what you want to do after this. You can put a gloss on top of the lipstick, which is what I normally do, or you can leave it alone. It's a very, very pretty, kind of matte, not very shimmery, but it really kind of highlights your face and you look really, really cute. But I'm going to go ahead and put a gloss on top. Alright, and now that that's done, your neutral smoky eye and your flawless face is complete. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, this is my first video, so just comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you like my video or you want me to do a video for you, definitely subscribe, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Bye.